Das zweite Viertelfinale der Compound-Herren und hier kommen die Schützen mit eurem Applaus.
Straight on to quarterfinal number 2 here in Berlin. One name we are familiar with from Korea, searching for his world title. And then another new face this season. A surprise package from Sweden. It's time to go and meet the contenders for the compound men's quarterfinal number 2.
On target number 1, representing Sweden.
Auf Scheibe Nummer 1 für Schweden.
Alexander Kullberg. On target number 2, representing the Republic of Korea.
Auf Scheibe Nummer 2 für die Republik Korea.
Kim Jongho. The line judge for this matchup is
Die Kampfrichterin für dieses Match ist
Nasrin Kashkai.
So, Kim Jongho, been around for a while, the Korean 29-year-old, now being coached by the American Rio Wild. He's going in search of that first world title. Goes up against a completely new face here. No one would have predicted Alexander Kullberg from Sweden making it through, but he certainly has done that, the 23-year-old. Has the Swede got a chance against Kim?
Well, obviously he has a chance. He typically shoots a bit of field and a bit of target, so it's going to be interesting to see how he fares on a finals venue on a target competition. But he does have some pedigree and he knows how to shoot. So, well, statistically speaking, again, Kim Jongho would maybe be the favorite, but we've seen this week so far, and that doesn't have to say anything.
Yeah, favourites mean nothing here in Berlin at the moment. Well, first thing we say is Alexander Kullberg concentrates to relax.
Interestingly, we've seen a lot of archers start slightly on the left.
10.
10.
Finish it off strong here, buddy. One more, good solid one. Give me a good solid shot right here. Good focus.
10, 10, 10. Perfect score. Nine.
And the first 9 of the match. Sometimes in matches like these, that 1-9 can be enough to mean something for the rest of the match.
And the quality we're seeing here, I mean, Kim Jongho shot a perfect start, but the quality we're seeing here overall really has stepped up this season, hasn't it? Compound archery, both men and women.
Yeah, and we've seen a lot more matches, well, especially in the women's division, I'd say, where we've seen more and more extremely high scores. But for the men, we've seen it for years that sometimes you lose shooting a 149 just to a better 149 or a 150. So it's always interesting to see how many points you can actually miss in a round like this.
If things keep going the way they're going, with so many people being able to shoot these high scores, what is the solution? Make the target smaller or put it further away?
Well, there has been talk of both of those things actually. But yeah, I'm sure that it's going to take some time to figure out what would be the best option, and it needs to go to all kinds of committees before anything can be decided.
Well, this is true, and the world record, is gettable still. It's not like someone shot 15 X's.
No, not yet. I feel like it's it's a matter of time by the things or by the way things look now, but it is like 12 X's is already very many, because that does mean that you cannot miss a circle that's 4 centimeters across in diameter. You cannot miss it more than twice.
Clearly, Kim has made that tiny adjustment to move the arrows over to the right just a little bit.
Yeah, and I feel like Kim has also made a tiny adjustment in his technique from the last time I saw him, where before he would rest his thumb on the peg of his release and then slowly squeeze it to get it through, like to get it to go off and make his shot go. And now it's more like a deliberate punch almost. So I feel like he's gone from subconscious squeeze, as you sometimes refer to it, to more of a deliberate action. Like you get a good close up here. Look at that thumb, and suddenly he presses the button. And I think before we've seen him do it differently.
Well, what we've seen both of them do here is shoot perfect scores, and as you said, Chef, at 9 in the very first end from the Swede, well, it is the difference at the moment.
Yeah, so far it is, and if he keeps just punching the tens, this is going to be a very difficult match for Kullberg to get back into.
Alexander Kullberg qualifying 37th, shooting 691 before defeating compatriot Joachim Limash in the round of 148. Mohamed Juwaidi Mazuki of Malaysia in the round of 124. Nico Wiener, the defending champion.
We're getting the rundown of what do you call it, the tail of the tape, how the athletes got to this stage, but it matters not at this point. Surely you're just thinking about shooting 15 arrows in the middle of the target.
Obviously, if you've made it to the finals venue, you're not going to think about who you have gone through to get there. All that matters is the task at hand, which is to beat the guy on the other side of the line. And I mean, props to Alexander. He's really holding his own in this match on this final venue, especially for somebody who hasn't done that many of them. Against somebody who has like a list of achievements racked up over the last 10 years or so.
Super shooting Kullberg.
Another good look at that thumb on the trigger of the release. To see it coming on and off the button. I feel like until he gets comfortable enough with his side picture, and then he just punches the button at the right time. Very different for Alexander. He shoots a hinge release, so he basically has to move the whole release aid to make it go off, and it looks like he's doing that by utilizing back tension rather than just moving his fingers. So he's just pulling into the wall of his bow, the wall being the draw stop, and then continuing to pull, where his release will just naturally move so that it goes off. So it's a bit of a different approach, a bit of a different shooting style from what Kim Jongho is doing.
This quarterfinal matchup underway with a 90-89 perfection against near perfection after 9 arrows
teammates in the crowd looking to support him.
That separates the two archers.
Really enjoying themselves. But another couple of perfect 30s here. And at the moment, neither look like they're going to miss the middle again.
Yeah, they both look very, very comfortable in this setting. I feel like Alexander is a little bit more nervous, maybe, but not to the extent where I feel, you know, as if it's a threat that he's going to shoot badly.
Yeah, it doesn't seem that way. But Kim Jongho, well, the Rio Wild factor certainly playing its part now.
He has somebody who's very, very experienced in the coach's box, and well, they have trained together for the last year or so, I would imagine. So he probably has a bit of guidance from that angle.
Start of the fourth, just a point in it still.
9.
That could turn out to be a very costly 9. If you're trailing by 1 point, there's still a lot of pressure on your opponent. If Kim Jongho just continues shooting 10s, I think he'll be able to finish this match relatively stress-free.
Just come off the boil there, the Swede.
Ten. 10.
You can really hear Rio Wild actively talking him through these shots.
9. Now there it is, that one arrow that just is a few millimeters away from the 10 ring for Kim Jongho. But
even though he didn't shoot a 10 with his last arrow, he's still leading by 2 points, so he's still going into the last end with a 2-point advantage, which is, I would say, relatively comfortable for compound archery.
I can encourage our 2 athletes to make a difference in crucial end number 5.
Es sind 2 Ringe, meine Damen und Herren. 2 Ringe, die hier jetzt aktuell den Unterschied machen. Kim Jongho hat das erste kleine Mini-Fleckchen auf der weißen Weste, aber beide Schützen zeigen
just 2 points in it as the target judge confirms the scores.
Von daher, die machen das richtig stark, die machen das richtig gut. Wir sind kurz vor der Entscheidung.
That's the favourite coming into this. He's certainly the favourite now with just 1 more end to go. 3 arrows per archer. And it was a tricky 4th end for Alexander Kullberg from Sweden, dropping 2 9s at the beginning before finding his way back to the centre of the target. Comfortable, relaxed, determined, and ready for what's about to come. Time for end number 5.
Dead center.
Seems like Alexander has recovered well from his previous end. It's also, he's now in a situation where he knows it's likely not going to go his way this match. So all he can do is shoot 10s and see what Kim Jongho brings to the table, but it's not like a super stressful place to be at. There's an interesting cue there from Rio Wild. Just fire a good strong shot, just like you do every day at home. And I really, I feel like that resonates with a lot of people, where sometimes you make competitions a bit too difficult, so just do what you do at home and it should be fine.
Well, a 147 set by Alexander Kullberg. Kim Jongho might as well be shooting at home, dropping just a single point here for a 149 and a victory in the Elite 8. Goes through to the semi-finals of these World Championships here in Berlin.
Kim Jongho und er zieht ein ins Halbfinale. Herzlichen Glückwunsch.
Looks, Chef, like Kim Jongho
has
has quite literally done job number one. That's not enough for him.
No, I think he, I won't say he expected this to win, but he was definitely counting on winning this and continuing to the final fours. And I think he might be looking to improve on his third place in Belek, if I remember correctly.
Sticking to each other like super glue. What a spectacular demonstration for Alexander Kullberg of Sweden. In the end, though, 2 points the difference between himself and his Korean opponent.